Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Dr. Lance von Stade, and I'm here with Clare Cattarin. We are introducing our Dry January and 2-week detox free group. We're doing a 2-week program, offering it to our communities, mostly because we do it ourselves, and we know that we're more successful when we have buddies in the process. But we also have found that we, since have done this multiple times, we have some value to offer others and want to help as many people experience what we get to experience every January as well. So in this call, it should be a short one, 10, 15 minutes or so. We'll explain a little bit about who we are, why we do what we do, what the format of the group is. And then we will share some important dates, registration deadlines, what the program looks like. And then next week, we have Ali Segerston, the author of the Elimination Diet book that we're going to be using to facilitate the program. We'll have her on and interview her. We'll give you some more details about who she is and what time that call is. Cool. So my name, again, is Lance von Stade. I'm a chiropractor. I own Golden Gate Chiropractic in San Francisco. We have a couple office locations. Claire and I run online telehealth programs like the Total Health program that we've done a couple times. This year, we'll be doing the Total Health Accelerator, and we're doing this 2-week Dry January detox program together. My background is Olympic performance training for the Chinese judo team. I was the strength coach and athletic trainer for the USA women's water polo team through back-to-back world championships. And now I do family health and chiropractic care for stress-related tension, helping people reconnect with themselves, move better, breathe better so they can live better. I have a couple kids, Levi and Connor, who are 7 and 4, and Monica is my wife. She's a social worker at UCSF, and her work and expertise really informs the work that I get to do. Personally, I love doing elimination diets. I've done several, maybe even more than several. And every time I do them, I learn a lot about myself. And I am in love with the work I get to do with Claire. So I'm excited for her to share a bit about who she is before we dive into more of the program.
All right. Thanks, Lance. Yeah, so I'm Clare Cattarin. I am a functional medicine nurse practitioner. I've been doing conventional medicine for 30 years before I got into functional. Lance and I met in 2017 and really started down this functional medicine program, health together. And the crux of health really begins with nutrition. And, there's a saying we have in functional medicine, it starts and ends in the gut. So Lance and I have been doing elimination diets and detoxes and really been kind of joined at the hip with health and moving forward as best we can in our lives together. Bringing this to you guys today is my patients want this. I mean, they're like, we really would like to do a program and do it with you. So it's the crux of health. You start to identify the why you want to get into this. As I'm just going to go from me into why we're going to do this, and I'm going to let Lance take over. So why you want to do this is it clears the brain, it clears the body, it clears you of toxins. Once you start to clear the body of toxins that you are now allowing yourself to identify through an elimination diet, you start to think more clearly. You start to sleep better. Your skin starts to clear up. Very specific issue. People who have gone through this with me, hives disappear. My eczema, Lance is going to tell you the same thing. We have very similar stories because it has a similar effect on the body. Long-time pain that comes up when I eat certain foods. I go on the elimination diet, it doesn't come up at all. So there's very good reasons in a toxic world why at least once a year we should all go through a detoxification process.
Yeah, she mentioned, for me personally, one of the reasons I'm so motivated to do this all the time is the unexpected side effects that I've experienced, the benefits that I didn't even know were possible in the past when I've done it. The first time I did an elimination diet was before Monica and I wanted to get pregnant with our first child, now Levi, healthy, strapping young boy. And for 6 months, we removed and then eliminated and then integrated and reset our nervous systems, our bodies, and our guts. And at first, I just figured I would feel healthier, but I had had eczema for 5 to 10 years or so, and I was doing daily steroid creams on my hands. I still have like scarring from the intense skin rashes and then the intense use of long-term steroid creams on the hands. But within 3 weeks of doing the elimination diet, my skin cleared up completely. And it was like adult acne was gone. My eczema on my elbows, my knuckles, stuff that I just didn't think it was possible to be removed. was gone naturally. And then I didn't have to use any creams at all. And then I also, side effect, I had plantar fasciitis for a long time because I was a basketball player. I thought that was just part of the game, was you'd have to wake up in pain and limp the first few steps every morning. I would do calf stretching and different things to try to help it, but I'd always wake up with it. And again, a couple weeks into it, the plantar fascia didn't hurt at all, and it never came back. And then I also had longstanding back pain, 6 months. I had a herniated disc in 2011, and all of a sudden, coupled with moving and breathing and meditating and changing my lifestyle a bit, eliminating all of the inflammatory foods from my life, the pain was gone very quickly. And I just hadn't recognized the power of changing your diet. You hear about it as like a weight loss strategy. You'll hear about it as part of a balanced lifestyle. You'll feel healthier. But when I really recognized that my skin could clear up and that my pain could decrease, and now probably the biggest focus piece that I get is, my tendency for lots of distractions in my life. The more brain fog I get, the more gut dysbiosis I get, the less it is likely that I can focus on one task to completion. And especially as I go into the holidays with my family, I know I'm going to have a lot of inflammatory stimulants, chemically, emotionally, spiritually, and coming out of the holidays into 23 and being able to focus on this and clear any of the brain fog, clear my gut, and get focused on what I want to happen and make possible for my family and my business in 2023. That is what I'm focused on. And clearing the skin's great, decreasing my pain. But for me now, I want to focus my mind and accomplish my goals in 2023. And I did a personality assessment this year that really validated for me something I already knew, which is I'm a very social creature, and why I've had so much success in the past with programs that I've done in group settings, and why I perhaps have failed when I've tried to do things and accomplish things all on my own. I need a group to succeed. I am wired that way. And rather than fighting against it, I want to empower myself through it. I also want to return the favor to as many people as possible. The people that are in my community, in Claire's community, in Allie's, in your communities that you invite into this program. We just want to offer any of the common pitfalls, principles that we've learned after doing this a dozen times. We want to bring as many people along for the ride as possible. So, Claire, I know
I want to piggyback on that.
Yeah, go for it.
This is 2 weeks of getting it. This is all free. And this is stuff like what Lance says in the community. When you have people going through this with you, it makes it so much easier. We all are sharing in this together because we're doing this and we're inviting you in. It's a way to get really understand why, what, and how on detoxification. I will guarantee you this is going to be life altering. You will experience stuff that you like, I had no idea, because it happens to me every time I go on a detox. And I've been doing this for 10 years. And it's like, woof, I didn't know that. It's like, I could say a few explicitives, but it's true. The pain starts to go away that you're like, oh, I just thought it was always there. So, but it's in context. We're offering this for more people to join. And we're going to hold the container for you, so you don't have to be out there on your own. We are holding the container with a whole lot of fluff just to help you through this. So
we'll fluff you up.
Yep.
Yeah. So the format of our group, which registration deadline will end January 2nd. The program itself, 2 weeks, free group, get some support, meet some cool people, bring in people that you already know are cool, that you want to do this with. The 7th is the beginning of the program. The program is following along with the Elimination Diet by Ali Segerston, so that people can facilitate their own journey in the book. And then we will have one call on Monday, January 9th, hour-long call, Claire, me, Ali, answering questions, discussing any of the challenges that we've experienced that first weekend, or what we call the strong end when we do our programs. And then we'll go for another week. There'll be daily videos that are coming out to folks that are in the group with us, just talking about tips or strategies, principles that we've learned in the dozen times that we've done it ourselves, sharing in some of the challenges, because that is, I think, a big part of the group, is recognizing that it's not easy. Just because you're in a group doesn't mean it makes it easy. It's just that everyone else is experiencing that discomfort too, and it makes it much easier to bear. And then on January 16th, Monday, also at noon, we'll do our final group call. Again, just checking in with folks, doing Q&A. For those that want to continue on with us into like a total health program, total accelerator program, that's all good. For those that want to continue on, you will hopefully by then have the book and you can walk yourself through integrating the foods back in, which to me is the big separator from just a diet or a short-term detox experience and an elimination diet, because part of elimination is also integrating back in. So when you do the detox, this book will help you choose which foods to introduce back into your diet one at a time. Some people like to do more foods all at once. You learn less when you do that. But one of the motivators for me is to identify what are the triggering foods for me personally, so that throughout the year, I don't have to remove everything to feel good again. I can stay clean by removing just the foods that specifically are my triggers. But sometimes I could keep dairy in while someone else like Claire might not be able to have dairy and have the same enjoyable week. And once you learn what you're able to have, then you don't have to rob yourself of certain experiences for no reason. You rob or you gift yourself with the elimination of the thing that is ruining your life. And then you find more of yourself and what you want on the other side of that. So that the discomfort that you experience in an elimination diet is tuition you pay, just like in an educational program, and you learn what your body's triggers are. And now you can double down on building your life in a way that if you choose to include them, you just know cause and effect. The consequences of that choice are more available to you, but you can make an informed decision rather than being a victim of so much stress cumulatively that you don't know where it's coming from. And that's where you get into the negative spiral of frustration, anxiety, depression, and all the emotions that we don't want to experience, that a gut that is not clean and clear can contribute to. So Claire, if you want to go into maybe who Allie is.
Yeah, I'm going to just introduce that with Allie and just ditto what Lance has just said, that I look at this as a gift. This is a gift for me to realize, how do I get out of what I'm in right now? Because we slip. I do 2 detoxes a year and you slip. It's human nature. I mean, we're human. This is a gift to get back to that place where you are feeling really healthy and you're like, oh man, yeah, this feels really good. We're going to do this with Allie Segerstein. So Allie makes this easy. I am telling you, when she came up with her website, I've been using her book in my practice for a long time. It's very helpful. That book is written, easily read, why you need to go on an elimination diet. And then it carries on. And once you read it, you'll know. She took it a step further and developed an entire website of foods that you eat while you are on this elimination plan. And it's unbelievable. It's like, this is really good food. It's kind of like, wow, am I really on a detox? And I've had many people come back. I feel that way. And many people have in my practice come back with that same feedback. She's going to be here on the 19th. It's going to be me, Allie, and Lance. And I really invite you to be here because she is a dynamo. She's passionate. She's really good. And her knowledge base on nutritional science is huge. She's got her master's degree from Bastyr. She's written this book and another book. She's also, she's good. So join us on the 19th with Allie.
Yeah. This is the book, The Elimination Diet, Allie Segerstein and Tom Maltier. For those that are in the call and those that listen to the replay, because we'll be sending this out to anybody who had registered, you can feel free to forward this to anybody else in your community that you'd like to join this group with us. The subtitle, if you want to buy the book, is, which we recommend you do because it is a great resource, The Elimination Diet, Discover the Foods That Are Making You Sick and Tired and Feel Better Fast. Again, we'll include the link. We'll also include the registration link for the 19th itself. We'll be sharing this with everybody and ramping up. To recap, this is Dry January 2-week detox free group that we're doing from January 7th to the 16th to that end of that week. Registration deadline is January 2nd. We'll have our call next week with Ali, the author of the Elimination Diet, on the 19th at noon. And we're stoked. We're really excited. So feel free to invite as many people as you'd like. And I think that's it for me. I'm stoked for the 19th. We'll be back a week from now. Other than at 8, we'll do it at noon. And then we'll get going. So thank you for being here. Tell your friends, tell the others. We'll be here for them too. And we'll see you on the 19th. Peace.